Welcome back to your electrical training series. In this lesson, we're going to talk about something you're going to see a lot in the field: occupancy sensors. By the end of this episode, you'll know what occupancy sensors are, how they work, where they're used, and what to keep in mind when installing or troubleshooting them. Let's jump in. So first off, why was this article written and why should you care? Well, occupancy sensors are becoming standard equipment in new buildings. That's because they help save energy and reduce electricity bills by turning lights off automatically when no one's around. But here's the catch. Most older buildings don't have them. That means there's a huge opportunity for electricians and contractors to install these as energy-efficient upgrades. So, understanding this tech makes you more valuable in the workforce. At its core, an occupancy sensor is a device that can tell you whether someone's in the room. It then uses that information to turn lights on when someone enters and turn lights off when the room is empty. Some sensors also allow manual control, so the person entering can decide when to turn the lights on. This kind of automatic lighting helps save energy, increase convenience, and in some cases, even improve security. There are two main types of occupancy sensor technology. First, we have the passive infrared sensors. These detect infrared radiation, which is heat coming off your body. They need clear line of sight to detect movement. So, if you walk behind a cabinet or a wall and the sensor can't see you, it might think the room is empty and shut the lights off. They're best for open rooms, outdoor spaces, and places with direct views from the sensor. They can't detect motion through glass or around corners, and they don't work well if something blocks the sensor. Next, we have ultrasonic sensors. These work like sonar. They send out high-frequency sound waves and measure the reflections. If something moves, the pattern changes and the sensor triggers the lights. They're best for enclosed rooms, areas with obstructions, and larger coverage zones. Ultrasonic sensors can sometimes false trigger due to vibrations, moving air from HVAC vents, or equipment sounds. Next, we have dual technology sensors. These combine both passive infrared and ultrasonic technologies, so they can both quote-unquote see and quote-unquote hear the movement. That makes them more reliable and less likely to give false positives or negatives. They're great for tricky areas like restrooms, partitioned offices, and classrooms. Once installed, occupancy sensors need to be time set and tuned. That means adjusting time delay, how long the lights stay on after the room becomes empty. Usually it's between 5 and 30 minutes. And sensitivity, how easy the sensor detects motion. You want to detect minor movement, like typing or shifting in a chair, without constantly flipping the lights. Here's a tip. If the delay is too short, the lights may shut off while people are still inside, which becomes annoying. If it's too long, you lose energy-saving benefits. Here are 3 simple tests electricians use after installation. Entry test. When somebody walks into the room, the light should come on within 2 seconds. Hand motion test. Stand 1 foot away and wave your hand in different directions. The light should respond. Perimeter test. Walk around the room and see if there are any dead zones the sensor misses. If the sensor fails any of these, you may need to reposition it, adjust its aim, or change the sensitivity settings. So where do you install occupancy sensors? Well, indoors, you put them in offices, bathrooms, classrooms, and storage rooms. Outdoors, you might put them in parking lots, building entrances, and walkways. They can trigger security lighting when a person or even an animal gets too close. Sensors are usually installed on ceilings, above doors, on walls, or at workstations to control not just lights, but plug-in loads like monitors or fans. There are many sensor shapes and mounting styles, including ceiling-mounted 360-degree, good for open spaces, ceiling corridor style, ideal for hallways, wall-mounted fan shape, great for doorways or small rooms, rectangular coverage, perfect for classrooms, and workstation sensors, control task lighting and plug-in loads. Each has its own detection pattern, so pick the right sensor for the job. A few more things electricians should always check. Compatibility with ballasts. Some sensors don't work well with certain fluorescent systems. Voltage rating. The sensor must match the voltage it will control. Load capacity. Make sure the sensor can handle the total wattage of the lights it's switching. Avoid false triggers, like doors left open or HVAC air blowing on ultrasonic sensors. Now, let's consider lamp life. Every time you start a lamp, especially a fluorescent one, it experiences wear. If your occupancy sensor is turning lights on and off too frequently, it can shorten the lamp life. But in most cases, the energy savings outweigh the cost of early lamp replacement. To reduce wear and extend lamp life, use programmed start ballasts. These are designed to reduce stress on the lamp during startup. Set a sensible time delay, not too short. Okay, let's review the key takeaways. Occupancy sensors detect presence and automate lighting based on whether people are in a space. The two main technologies are passive infrared and ultrasonic, and sometimes a dual-tech combo is best. Proper installation, aiming, tuning, and testing are critical. These devices can save energy, enhance safety, and offer a great retrofit opportunity for older buildings. And remember to check compatibility, watch for false triggers, and factor in lamp life. And finally, always test your installation thoroughly. A sensor that works well improves the space, but one that keeps turning off the lights while somebody's working, that's just frustrating. Thanks for listening to this training on occupancy sensors. If you're preparing to work in lighting or electrical systems, keep reviewing topics like this. It'll pay off in your career. Until next time, stay safe Stay sharp and keep learning.